with only his horse Bavieca. Rodrigo rode alone into the Castilian winter. He was not alone for long. Everywhere the Cid went, mercenaries and soldiers were eager to follow. Soon he had a small army of his own. But the Cid was not content to wander the wilds of Castile forever. He needed a castle and a lord to serve. This too he found in the most unlikely of places.
What is up, everybody? It's Soul, and welcome to Release Day. Roads to Power is finally here, or it will be for some of you in a few hours if it's not already. And I decided to jump in here, and we're going to be doing a run with El Cid here. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be getting the trophy that you saw on the cover. Complete El Cid's unique content with the An Honorable Man ending. I don't know how the story content works too much. I've actually specifically avoided messing with this in my time with the DLC beforehand, purely so that I could be surprised by it on release day, so that this video would be a little more organic and a little less me, faking it. But let's just read what Rodrigo Diaz the Campañor has on his, his little sheet right here, and then we'll get started. So I do want to stress, though, that this is a little different than historically how it worked, because I know I did click it briefly just to see, and he gets exiled by King Sancho, whereas historically he didn't get exiled for like another, I think it was like 12 years by his brother Alphonse. So that's just something to keep in mind. They definitely tweaked the timeline a little bit to make it make a little more sense, just with the start date. But anyway, descended from noble lineage, Rodrigo entered the royal council at a very young age. At the service of Sancho II of Castile, Rodrigo trained in both courtly and martial matters under the careful watch of the king. However, Sancho's war against his brother Alfonso VI of Leon would lead to his premature death, and Alfonso would then come to exile Rodrigo, inadvertently starting his legacy. Will Rodrigo grow to become El Cid the Lord and emerge as king in his own right, or will he remain a regular nobleman? Let's find out. So obviously we have the Iberian struggle here, and before we click go or anything, for many of you this might be one of the first times that you're seeing the Roads to Power landless screen. So this is what it looks like. We have a couple of scholar contracts, and then it looks like we have one hired muscle contract, which we'll probably end up doing once we leave Castile. But historically, when he was exiled from Castile by King Alphonse, this guy actually, King Alphonse VI, he went over here to Zaragoza, I believe is what this would be, or like in this area, and then he took over this territory, if I can actually show it to you, Valencia. He took over, I believe it's probably just the Duchy of Valencia, or Valencia, however you want to say it. I don't think he actually took the kingdom. I don't think he did, but we can try and take that at some point. That's probably going to be part of his historical, his line. But let's choose a lifestyle for ourselves. We're going to do martial. We'll do valor. And we'll just work our way down. Now, let's see what he starts with here. Does he start with any troops? About 200. He gets some caballeros. What other men-at-arms do Spaniards get? So it looks like they just get caballeros, which are, unlike most military, Italian, or Iberian rather, caballeros are at home both on flat plains and in rough hilly terrain. So they get a little bonus to hills and plains. Not in the mountains, which there are some mountains if you come and look at the terrain for Iberia, which is why when I made that intro, I was like, I'm just going to do mountains, because a lot of it is like hills or mountains or like flatlands. It's kind of all over the place here in Iberia and Hispania, so we'll see. What else do we want to talk about really quick? Obviously, we have a little bit of money, we got some food, we have some prestige, and we have some piety. I believe Rodrigo's pretty young in this. Yeah, he's 23. He historically does have a wife. I can't remember her name right now. I wonder if she's going to come up at all. I don't know how accurate to this it's going to be, but we'll find out. So I'm going to hit go, because I know the exile is going to happen early, and then we'll worry about coming down here to Zaragoza, and then we'll get some contracts. By order of the king, I place my foot on the stirrup, tap my horse's head, and take a last look at the place I will always call home. Exile. King Sancho's word left no room for error. Enemies at court have poisoned his mind, enemies that had always sought to do me evil, for the king loved me too dearly. A crow flies on our right, a bad omen. So we have been exiled from the kingdom of Castile, and I can choose to say I will either always be loyal, or that I will do this, so be it, those who love me will follow me. Then knew my Cid no hope was left of King Sancho's grace. And thus in exile from the land, the loyal champion went. We're going to do this one because that's what I chose in the intro. We are no longer friends, we're independent, and the song of El Cid starts. This is the accurate way, so we are going to have to travel, and I'm going to actually travel to Zaragoza, down here, in the courts. Which is where he went, like, historically. I don't think we do have some people. We have somebody who's pretty good at being our caravan master, and we should be able to purchase some Pathfinder gear, or we could do Arid Explorers maybe, or a Wilderness kit perhaps. Let's see how the Wilderness kit does. Pathfinder path is usually the best one, or the Pathfinder gear rather, and we'll just scout for talent along the way and see if we can't find some new recruits. It doesn't look like we're gonna lose too many provisions. You got to look for privation events to look like an apple. I don't see any, so we'll just hit go. Let's see what our camp is looking like. Personal physician. Do we got anybody who'd be a good second? Alvar Fanez. He's actually pretty solid. He's my best friend. He's loyal. I feel like he'd be a good second. And he'd give me a +5 in every stat. He's not excellent, so I don't know if we want to wait, but Rodrigo already has like ridiculously good stats, so I feel like just having my best friend be my second makes a lot of sense. Bodyguards, he should definitely be one of them. We can also do Pedro Fernandez de Vivar, who is my son, or my nephew. He's my nephew. He could definitely be one. We'll have him be one of them, and then we'll have Alvar be the other one. So Alvar is my second, he's my bodyguard, and he's my caravan master. We don't have anybody to be a personal physician. We do have a stooge, Therese, my mom. I don't think I want to make my mom my stooge. They're sort of just like the punching bag of the camp, so we're not going to do that. And we're heading out, we're on our adventure, we're here in Iberia, we're doing the thing, we're out here, we're exploring, it's very exciting. Now, if you were ever like playing as one of these characters and you were like, you know what, I don't really want to play as this guy anymore, there's actually a way you can see where all the other landless rulers are at any given time and see what they're doing, what they're up to. Like we have Hassan over here of the Assassins, he's chilling over here. We have Herward the Wake, he's up here. He's about to do something, apparently. And they do go on their own adventures. They do go on and do their own things. They will move around. They're not just going to be static and sit there, but you can check out their progress on the map if you so wish. So we have a willing follower. He's a gracious absolver. It looks like he's an open terrain expert and a misguided warrior. He looks like he wants to come on as a stooge. I'm going to say no. And he won't just disappear. He is still going to be out there wandering the wastes. But I don't think we need him. You can also improve the Scout for Talent perk, like the tree, if you want to. Well, they have plenty in common. So this is my uncle, who I believe is actually one of my seconds. He's pretty good. Or no, he's not. I'll encourage the friendship. No gold or silver. Exiles hardly make reliant masters. There's no guarantee that I'll be able to pay my followers or even feed them. Who would risk their family's safety for a dishonored man? The talks in camp are as open as they can be. I look up and see Martin walking towards me with bread and wine of his own. Born in a good hour we must go forth, for I shall pay for these men and earn the wrath of King Sancho because I have served you. That's a really weirdly worded. Oh, dang. I guess I'll lose them all. I've lost all of my best guys. Except for my caravan master, actually. He's still pretty decent. He's okay. So we're going to have to recruit new troops. Dang. We're really going through it down here. Well, I want to show my loyalty to Sancho. I want him to know that I'm respecting him. A knight errant. This is the, he wants to show us the waters. You've seen this before, but let's go see. Let's lead the way. He sees a beast guarding it. He points at a stag. I will fight it. I kill the beast. He became the owner of the waters, and I think we recruited him actually. And he's a really solid guy. Let's see what he would be a good second. He's okay actually. What about a bodyguard? Only average. What is his aptitude? He's a gambler. He is a pretty decent bodyguard, but I'll wait until we have like maybe a men-at-arms spot or something. Okay, so we're here, we're in Zaragoza. I believe this is Zaragoza, correct? Am I wrong? I don't know where that is. I think it's this region. I'm pretty sure. I'm just gonna say it is, and we're gonna go with this. So what I'm gonna do is actually, he's fighting in a war against these guys, and we could offer our services. We don't have a lot of troops, but we could offer them. And if we check here, we can also see like holy orders, which there are none here, or special mercenaries, which we don't have any. But what we should probably do first is try to gather some money, because we're looking a little slack. Let's get some provisions, or actually, let's do this hired muscle. Let's see what this is. 500 provisions if we succeed. Pretty good. We're going to probably want a few more people, because I think I don't have very many camp followers. Yeah, I have 3. So let's go into the town first. And I'm with my mom, me and my mom. And let's go to the castle and see if there's anybody we can recruit. This is where you would do that. You can do it in a couple different areas as well. This guy's a covetous atheist. He's a compassionate gambler. The hooded figure is usually somebody you can recruit as like a thief if you are a brigand. We're not a brigand, so this isn't going to really do us much good. So I'm going to see who's unemployed in the tavern, just to see. This guy would be an excellent physician. My uncle wants to rejoin my camp, which I will let him do so. And I was thinking of something else. Well, how much would supplies cost us? 50 for that many? We're going to get some money, we're going to get some supplies. Let's see what the town crier's got for us. So he's got martial duties, he's got traveler duties, and he's got stewardship, which we actually have. Let's do martial duties, and then let's head back. Okay. So he's unlocked a few more martial duties, hunting criminals, all kinds of stuff that we can do here in this region, which is what we're going to do to increase our prestige to get us higher contracts. And we're going to try and do as many of these as possible. So we're just going to start off with hired muscle. Very short. We don't really need this. Don't really need a scout for talent, so we're just going to go. There's a couple camp upgrades you can get that'll actually just have Scout for Talent on automatically as well. To start off here, though, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to build the Proving Grounds, because this is where you'll get like Master at Arms and all kinds of stuff for your Men-at-Arms. And since we're an adventuring party, I feel like that would make the most sense. Our success chance is only 9%. Okay, 60%. Good lord, that would have been terrible. Some hearts are hardened and take a long time to remember what softness feels like. It matters not what I do. King Sancho's heart is far from my reach. God, I start kneeling in front of the altar. My men all surround me curiously. May your goodness change King Sancho's heart and make him remember his love for me. Please, God, guide him back to life. Or to light, rather. And then as you can see the new scheme system, we have to wait until we have 5 advantage to finish the scheme. We can't just execute them automatically. It won't just go by itself. Hopefully we succeed this, because we do need the money pretty bad and the food. I don't think it costs any money to go to something, if I'm remembering right. Like if we're going to a contract, it doesn't cost any provisions, but it will be if you're moving around. Let's seize the moment. Oh, thank God. We succeeded. Wonderful job, Rodrigo. The Garden of Madrid is blissfully silent, and I can rest a little easier at night. So we've been a hired muscle. He has given us a little money, and he's now one of our patrons, actually. Which, with that under our belt, you can go over to your camp here, which is right here, and we can go to our role of patrons. And this guy's actually pretty good. He's a spy master. He's got no money. However, we can ask him for something, right? We can ask him to arrange a marriage. We can ask him to rent a knight for 5 years. We can ask him for provisions, which would be pretty good. I'm not going to ask him for anything because I don't need anything right now, but it could come in handy. I actually think we need a horse run, like a light cav captain. That would be good. I think we can actually get camels. Oh no, we can't. We can't have war camels. The stump. Archer captain, heavy infantry captain. Light infantry captain. Master of Spoils could be pretty good because this will allow you to like get things off the battlefield more. That one's pretty solid. I like that a lot. The stick game. Knight effectiveness. Interesting. Bodyguard drills. Hand-picked faithful men-at-arms. What is this? I've actually never seen that. Legitimists. That's interesting. Or I've never noticed it, I should say. Let's do baggage train, because we are going to be wandering around a lot, and if we're like a militarily focused, I feel like that makes sense. Let's create a men-at-arms regiment, maybe. We already have some caballeros, so let's do like bowmen, maybe? Like a regiment of bowmen. I kind of would like to do some more caballeros. I feel like having a mobile force would be better. Yeah, we'll see. We'll think about it. We're returning home to our camp. Let's see. How much is the escort emissary going to give you? 10 gold? It's nothing. Collect taxes. 52. Not very high. We can hunt some criminals. That might be a good one. 86. 500 provisions. That could be pretty solid. Let's do that. The band of malcontents have been harassing my private estates. They burn, kill, and steal with near impunity, slipping away before my retainers can clap them in irons they so richly deserve. Their leader is one Soul the Wolf. What? Soul? I gotta free him. Bring me her head before she can slip away for good and you'll have your payment. So here's Soul the Wolf, looking an awful lot like that person we ran into in the tavern, actually. Well, that's interesting. So we're gonna head over there. As you can see, this does not count as a travel because there's a weird little event chain that's gonna go on while we're like following her around over here. And it's basically gonna be like us trying to hunt her down. I really like this one. It's a lot of fun. As we wander through and like do similar missions, like I'm not going to show you hired muscle over and over again because it's like literally the same every time. But as things crop up throughout this, you will see me obviously talk about things like related to this because I've of course played so much of this DLC now that I'm very well acclimated. It is by the order of the king we dare not welcome thee. Dark is the night and cold, and I send one of my men to knock on the closest door seeking a kind host. The answer does not come immediately. I hear muttering and steps until a figure finally stands in the entrance. It is by order of the king we dare not welcome thee, O my lord. Sealed with his royal seal hath come his letter to forbid the Hulmeo folk to open their door. I will not press these poor people. I will spend some resources, though. Oh, that's interesting because I'm not in this region. I could also immediately duel her, because I have 23. We can also do it the other way where you have like victory points. So you essentially have two options. You can either duel them right away or you can like try to follow them through the hills. I'm gonna maybe try to duel her right away just because she's way weaker than me and I should be fine. Watch me die. I tossed the Soul of the Wolf's head to Wali Aben al-Malik's agent, the deep red purple meat landing wetly beside them. You killed her in single combat. My, how fierce! The words are of little consequence, but delicious weight of the fat person, its cargo of silver, helped make our little hunt thoroughly worthwhile. A job well done. We have completed our mission. And goodbye, Soul. Soul is dead. I am dead. I've died. It's because I was a shill. That's what happens. So I don't think I can do these missions because they're in the Kingdom of Castile. Our baggage train is done. What sort of stuff can we get with that? Ooh, we can get ample steeds, which will give us a little bit faster speed, and we can get head groom, which makes sense if we're gonna be like a mostly horse-focused group, so we'll do that. It's been a couple of years, or actually it's been like, what, a year? Not even a year in exile, so not too bad. We're doing fine, just fine. We don't need, who needs him? Who needs Sancho? I don't. Let's get on with our task. Again, I'm not going to show you this whole thing. You've seen me do hired muscle before. It's just the scheme system, and you kind of just wait till it completes, and then you move on to the next thing. I do really like landless. However, I will say that without an overall like goal or like purpose, it can get a little repetitive, so just keep that in mind. A figure stumbles into my camp, dirty and tired, clearly in need of a square meal. His name is Kafne. He says, "There are more like me." He gestures off into the distance. "All of us left to rot after every petty conflict ends. Our sword arms work as well as ever, but our lot is to wander and to starve. We're the only ones left who won't rob the vulnerable for food. We can always use another blade. Join my camp, my friend." He's a Sephardi rabbi, or not a rabbi, he's rabbinic. I apologize for calling him a rabbi. That's ridiculous. He could be a good head porter. Or Benito. Benito would be a good head porter. Let's make Benito a head porter. Master of Arms. Benito's great at that too. He's actually excellent, which is what we want. Still nobody good to be a bodyguard. Kafnai, I don't feel like would be a good one. I want somebody who's like really gonna do the thing, you know what I mean? Oh, and see, we failed this one. You had one job, Rodrigo. Silence some mouthy pricks. Keep them quiet for a while. We need a little bit. We need like one more dude in our party, I think. We're a little low. We could do a travel contract, even though this one's not going to give us like any money. It'll give you 10 gold, so it's not really that great. Solicit charity. Learning scheme. He's not very good at learning. Stand with us. Who is this for? Walik is fighting against this guy. I don't think that would do me. I don't think that would help me out. I mean, I would get some money from you, but I don't think I'd be able to really do anything for you. So I'm gonna try the collect taxes one just to see, because I do need money. And we'll see how I do. Probably bad. So the taxing one, you have to like question everybody. He's got okay stewardship. We might be able to do okay, but basically we're gonna be like, I'll start with you. I'm gonna inspect his stuff, and we have to try and get like, basically have to try to get these pieces of evidence. Let's see. Okay, so I got a piece of evidence. We're gonna keep going. So I got them to pay in half. Nothing amazing, although this guy is actually on my roll of patrons, so I wonder if I can ask him for any money, because I could definitely use some. I would like some gold, but you don't have any gold, do you? You have provisions? Can you give me a knight of any kind? Oh, you're the one who's getting attacked. I don't think you can give me anything. Although if you're about to lose your land, it probably wouldn't be a bad idea to make a request. Let me ask for some men-at-arms. He gave me armored footmen, actually. That's really solid. 100 armored footmen. That's really solid, thank you. Scouting out ahead of the camp, I come across a ramshackle collection of traders. They are gathered around some large but old and ruined buildings. The remaining ones in good condition have been occupied by the merchants. Their fares are fairly standard food, mostly being on a well-traveled road. They would no doubt attract many purchasers. Yet my eye is drawn inexorably towards the gray, pockmarked walls of the ruins. So magnificent they are, the merchants occupy merely the outskirts, but its dilapidated heart remains untouched. Let's try our luck in there. We discovered a dusty weapon, a fine sword. Interesting. And we can sell this. You can destroy the artifact, or you can sell it in a town, which we'll show you when we get back to the town. And what you do is you think of something else, and you can maybe sell some artifacts. But as you can see, it's not really worth it for me to sell it in this method. So I'm gonna head back, and I'm just gonna sell it like this, because it's kind of crap. And we'll see if we can't... Town Crier, we can do this one again. Let's get some transport ones, because they're really easy. They're almost impossible to fail. He's an administrator, and he's a master philosopher. He might honestly make a decent quartermaster in the future, so I'm gonna recruit him, and I'm gonna risk it. Let's see if I can't fill him in on any roles now that he's here. Actually, it looks like he could probably be... Oh, terrible head groom. Terrible head groom. A decent physician. Let's just have him as a physician for now. So there's a couple different stand with us contracts. We have a couple different travel contracts. I wouldn't mind... So this is for, this guy's unlanded. That one's going to be gone in a second. I kind of want to try this one. You will win gold based on your participation. Or should we do some eager explorer contract? 67. 10. Nothing. 47's okay. This is one I think I just clicked. This one was what, 10? Let's do the eager explorer one. Greetings, it is said you're a man of the world, perhaps with gall enough to venture far by the side of an ever-curious explorer like myself. I heard that the Alhambra fortress ruins is a mighty testament to martial glories of the past. Please take me to the Boo of Granada. Protect me on the road. Let's do it! Well, actually... Now, if you ever do something like I just did where you like click off of it on accident because you're curious, you can just go like this and do travel to complete contract. I'm actually going to travel with my camp to Granada because I am curious as to what we can find down there. And we'll scout for talent along the way since we might as well. He's not calling us back anytime soon apparently, so we're just going to keep on traveling. And we'll travel to the south of Iberia. We have a willing follower. He's okay. He could be our head groom, but he's actually got a decent aptitude, so I'll pay for him with food. And now he's my head groom and a knight. Honestly, you just want to recruit as many people as possible. And we can talk about something now, because we have a decent amount of camp members, known as your camp temperament. So we have 3 people who they like us enough. They're complacent. And we have supporters. These people like us over 50%. So if they're above 50, they'll be supporters. If they're from 0 to, I think, like 40 or 49 or whatever, they'll be complacent. Anything below that, they can start to become mutinous. So you can have, like, people basically try to topple you, which is interesting. I wasn't quite sure I'd make it, but you've been a steady guide through every peril. Thank you. Your pay is well earned, and you must admit, Garnta has been astounding. And that is it. That's literally the whole contract. Although, it's having me travel back for some reason, even though our camp should have been coming with us. We don't have a lot of contracts, actually. There's, like, really nothing to see, so let's move for real this time. Let's see if we can't get anything over here in Barcelona. No privation events, thankfully. We're gonna have to definitely restock when we get over there, and then maybe a wilderness pack or like an arid explorers pack. We're gonna run into some problems, but we should be able to handle them, so let's just do it. Morning brings a report that a man-eating beast has struck again. Another life vanquished without a trace, save the slight drag marks and a few flecks of blood where the nimble creature disabled its prey. The sentries can't get a look at the damn thing. Whatever it is, it's got a taste for us and seems smart enough to follow us during the day or early evenings. We can tighten the watch, or we can fight it. Depending on what it is and actually how large it is, this may be very easy. I feel like he would fight it. We can't afford to wait another night to outrun the thing. Gathering my hunting party, I intend to end this and to do so this very morning. The beast tracks are soft and difficult to follow, but unmistakably canine. After nearly an hour, we crest the rise of the tall hill where the footpaths of prints simply seem to vanish. A fierce growling to our rear prompts me to wheel around where I'm confronted by a sizable wolf, eyes aflame with feral hunger, teeth snapping, thick goblets of saliva flying from its maw. The creature, its trap spun, breaks into a sprint. Circle around, surround it. The beast falls to your numbers. And we've gained a little bit of prestige. We actually got a couple criminal contracts now, which I do not want to do that. I do not want those at all. New stamina contract for this guy. And I believe he is fighting still against them. I don't have enough troops to really help you. A new escort emissary, only 10 gold for that. Really not a lot of money coming in. 180 for this, where are you going? This guy, he needs protection from bandits and accidents and welcomes the aid of experienced travelers. But where? To where? Many are the roads, and treacherous if you work for the Carcassonne, my liege, and pays well. And the most loyal to the Count, it is his words I must carry to Gwynedd. Well, let's do that. I'm not gonna... Oh, it's quite far, but there's really no danger along the way. Let's do it. Scouting for talent, a willing follower. This guy's a resentful opportunist, but he is strong and he's a holy warrior, and he would be an excellent bodyguard, so I'm gonna actually pay him in food. And now we have a great bodyguard. Actually, it looks like we have enough to upgrade our camp, so let's go to our baggage train. Oh, I need this to be level 2, actually, before I can do that. So, we can increase this to 2. It doesn't cost anything per the month, so I'm actually going to increase it to 2, and we can refill it with some provisions, which I will do. So let's see, we can do Stalwart Leader, which I think we should get Stalwart Leader, because we can ask people to do tournaments, and I feel like Rodrigo, Stalwart Leader, makes sense. We have completed it. We have come at my acquaintance. So we are here at the Duke of Brittany. We have gotten 180 gold, which is actually really great. A fantastic amount of gold to get for us. And I think, can we upgrade our pavilion to level 2? That's 200, huh? Let's see here. We can upgrade this, or we could get horse runs, which I would rather get a light cavalry captain now than later. So let's just do that now. I have gotten the Scarred trait because of our wound earlier. And we have Campeador, because he's the battlefield champion. I never actually looked that we had a unique fame trait, so that's cool. Anybody who'd be a good cavalry captain? Benito would be, so now our cavalry does a little bit more damage. If you look, where is it at? Our cavalry damage is +5 and our pursuit is +8, and we can also increase the size of our cavalry regiments by +1, so that's pretty solid. So this guy's getting absolutely wrecked. No point in joining that. Although this faction thing, supporting a faction here. Greetings, Captain Rodrigo. I said you're curious of our cause, and so we come to speak of our foe, the loathsome Duke Guillaume of Toulouse. He is unworthy and illegitimate ruler of the Duchy of Toulouse. Our hopes live with Uguis? Uguis? Sure. I will join the cause. I do need some food, so let's try and find some provisions because we're a little far. We could maybe get 550 if we use some snares. Nice. Because I'm going to move a little bit over to Aragon. Which should be just enough with the extra provisions that we just got to move over. So we're heading over to Aragon. Got very little money. Let's see what the local criers got for us here. Maybe we can get something good. Diplomatic, stewardship, or lucrative. We could probably do some stewardship contracts. I feel like we might be able to manage those. We may be able to settle boundary disputes. That could be pretty good. What do we got here? What do we got going on? 72? What we got here? 39. And 98. Mayor Artaud. Mayor Artaud, I feel like you might be a good one to come visit. Let us see what we can do for you. I'm going to get rid of this because I don't want to accept anybody. I also am not going to do that. Now, Troy has stopped bathing, stopped even making an attempt to clean himself. God, what is he? Oh, he's one of the Discord moderators. I see.
I know what you're thinking, Captain, but it's not laziness. It's a drive for efficiency. I can actually do more work if I spend less time wiping away the sweat of the road. This is what I relentlessly focus on value looks like.
Right, go right ahead. And we gained a level of glory. Andorra's streets are gripped by a fear of gossip and scandal. A complicated matter of marriage, inheritance, and business arrangements gone awry has seen a vast section of the best local land for grazing horses gone to some fool with neither money nor skill. Consequently, the local magnates are threatening to tear each other apart about who should split up the land. I think I can resolve this. So because we are swords for hire, we actually have an option to do we know a thing or two about horses, and we can finish this with a 98. So we're going to do that. Of course, the loyal vassal's line of work, you learn a thing or two about good grazing land. Well, with well-practiced, almost casual ease, we're able to wave aside the concerns of the locals and split the land fairly and well. The casual reminder of a group of mercenaries camped nearby and the employ of the city masters can't hurt either. He's pleased with our results. As we travel through Ordogne, I take in the beautiful view from the mountainside. When I steal my eyes away to focus back on the stony path ahead, I realize we may have been surrounded by a group of ruffians. A tall man, presumably their leader, steps out in front of the caravan.
Passing through the mountains of cost you. Don't care who you are. Anybody passing through the mountains pays.
I'm not given so easily to battle. And we beat them. And then we took 15 gold from them. So we kicked their ass and then we took their money. Gold, silver, jewels. My coffers are finally growing. Golden rings and necklaces and banners. King Sancho would be no stranger to this display, but this is not fully mine. He is still my liege, and as such, part of my fortune should also be his. Gold can never go wrong. Please, Sancho, my guy, what have I offered to offer you military assistance? He would actually say yes to this because he's clashing with the Kingdom of Leon. That is interesting. Should I do that? He would offer me 51 gold to do this. We have to press that actually soon too, so I should probably wait a second. We'll settle this boundary dispute, and then we'll do that. Oh wait, it is with great surprise that I receive a new guest in the tent. King Sancho is surrounded by his royal guards, a smile on his face. Friend! You have always remained loyal to me, even when I so regretfully cast you aside. Here do I pardon you and grant you my love throughout my kingdom for this day forward. My lord, I was banished and stripped of honor, and with great toil have I won that I possess. Thanks to God by your grace, it was worth it. Oh, I become landed. Really? That's interesting. Well, I kind of want to see what happens with both, so I'm gonna do a quick save right here, and then we'll click both options just to see. It was all well worth it. Oh, so that is how you get the Mio Cid. You can literally just take that option, and you become a partial owner of the lands here in Castile, under the Kingdom of Castile. So you are in the kingdom, and you become pretty much a powerful vassal. Interesting. So you basically give it up in order to take land. Now, I am curious what the other one would give you, if that would also give you the story like achievement. So let's reload, because I do want to explore a little bit more and just show you more stuff that you can do, and then maybe help him out with his war. I can't leave my camp behind. What does that do? Oh, okay. So if you do that one, you do not get the achievement. So if you are achievement hunting, that's interesting to know. You have to land Rodrigo then, which is weird. That totally does not follow the timeline like at all of how he would have done that, because historically takes the kingdom of or the duchy of Valencia. If you have, I believe you have to be illustrious to get duchy invasions, which is what I would probably do once we're at that point. Offer to join his war. That would just give me friendship. Whereas if I offered military assistance, Then he would pay me 51. Oh, Natrio, my guy who doesn't bathe, can stay here and resolve this. So we're gonna do that. He'll stay there with it for a couple years and just help you out. He doesn't smell good, so none of us are torn up about that like whatsoever. Interesting, I'm still a little confused about that. So the story elements are quite short then. I guess it really is just meant as more of like a, oh, you're gonna be doing like more of a sandbox thing if you want to. So that's cool, I guess. I think now I would like to try and get us landed directly. I can demand a payment from King Sancho. Let's do that actually, because that can help me. What I need to do is I'm actually gonna need to increase my, where's my camp? I'm gonna need to increase my proving grounds so that I can have more men-at-arms. I believe I can have, yeah, +2. So we'll do men-at-arms regiments. And then, as you can see, the camps actually change depending on the regions you're in. So because we're in like a more deserty area here in Aragon, we can actually do that here. I don't think... So what is he doing? Who are you fighting? Oh, he's done. The war is over. Do we want to do this? Do we want to do 74 for that guy again? I mean, hey, if he wants to pay us, like, go off, Queen. I will take it. I'll take your money. Hireling? Come on. We're gonna have to press this soon. Doesn't matter if you're late. For some time now, the post of my camp my second has lain vacant. Discontent with the state of affairs has finally bubbled over enough that 3 candidates have stepped forward to offer themselves for the role. Aris, who offers to swear himself to me till his dying breath. Fernando, who seems about ready to work himself into a stupor. And Benito, undoubtedly the best qualified at the camp role. Working himself to death? Benito's already a bunch of stuff, so I'll just do Benito. He can be my second. He's fine. Hired muscle. Remember, we're here to earn. Let's increase our success chance. We have a 100% chance of succeeding. The phase length is 10 days. This is why you want to have a bigger camp, because you'll have more agents. It's like the biggest thing. We're at 100%. Don't need to make this any higher than it is. Execute the scheme. We've gotten 74. Wonderful job. Please stay with us next time you're passing through the area. I'm sure we can find suitable lodging. Rounding a little cluster of tents as I leave the edge of the proving grounds, I come across a gaggle of followers having dinner around a small hearth. Curiously, both Alim and Benito are amongst them, neither of whom particularly enjoy one another's company. Before I have time to ponder such a strange quirk of seating, Benito mutters something inaudible only for the whisper to Alim descend into a blind rage. With a flash, a weapon is drawn and blood about to be spilled. Why not settle this with a proper duel? Benito is no longer my head porter because he's dead. Oh boy. That was a poor turn of events, wasn't it? Good lord. Well, it happens. Let's see if we can't find a good guy in here at the castle who we can recruit. Oh, this guy's solid. Garcia? Yeah, dude, Garcia, come on now. This guy's really good. What are you good at, Garcia? Garcia's good at a porter. Make him a porter. Are you good as a light cavalry captain? Yep, he is. Are you good as a master of arms? He is. It looks like a lot of the similar positions are like they'll usually be good at it. And he can be good at, and he's a fearless empath, so he'd be a pretty good second. We could offer to help this guy. He's fighting this dude. I mean, you know what? I'll offer to help him. He'll pay me 51. We've not been able to really do anything with this, so we might as well. All right, so we get to raise all of our troops now, so you get to see how this works. And it's really, really easy. And it's just this. This is it. All right, I'm gonna catch him. Me and Rodrigo, or Rodrigo and I, with our troops, already kicking him. Absolutely kick that dude into the dirt. Good lord. And interestingly, you can actually do contracts if you're not commanding the army. So if I do like this, I can have him go over here and do this contract for me. I won't, but it is something that you have the option of doing. Put an end to your hostile acts and I will make you a loyal lord of the county of... This is an interesting one. An interesting way to get landed. I've seen this before. Basically, this guy will let me be one of his vassals if I agree to stop fighting. I'm going to say no, of course, because it doesn't matter to me. And he's actually has his own little territory over here as well that we're fighting against. We may end up having to fight in that faction here soon, too. If they press their demands. I don't think that they're going to force us to press them, but... He's running away. I should be able to finish this siege and then head up north and catch him in the mountains, because I'm faster than them. And nobody's even going to help me. I finished this by myself. And we're done. I captured the Duke. Is actually really solid. So we just won, and we actually ended up getting that money, that 51 gold. So really, really great all around. And we can increase these by that much. I will increase them with provisions. So now I have... It should be about 500 men. Yeah, 510 men. Oh, what happened to Sancho? Oh, he died of apoplexy. Dang, dude, that sucks. Do you want help again? Give me and my men something to do. I wonder if this would give him a hook or give me a hook on him. I sit by my lead baggage cart, letting the sounds and smells of the camp wash over me. It's different from a life within the safe walls of a palace. So very different. The freedom is easy to enjoy. No obligations, no counselors and yapping dignitaries to entertain. None of the downsides of trappings of power. Yet these freedoms are dearly purchased. The constant scraping for survival wears thin. Increasingly, every night I yearn for a proper bed. I must claim I quite enjoy this life. I feel like he would like it, even though we've not left Iberia, like at all. All right, I'm getting on a boat. We're attacking them here. Would I be able to? It says I would win, actually, this fight. That would be a great victory for me. Oh, easy dub. He's got caballeros, I have caballeros, but mine are slightly better, it looks like. And I have increased my glory to illustrious because of this battle. We are lucky to be over here because there's a terrible, terrible plague striking the land. Oh my god. Rodrigo, you absolute madman. Holy Jesus, did you see that? It says I'm gonna win victoriously. Dude! Rodrigo, you absolute god. How? Let's ransom this guy before they end the war. Dude, absolutely nuts. He crushed them. I'm like a one-man army on this freaking island. Look at him go! No, can we press that claim now? Because remember, we tried. We can press the demands. I'm gonna try and do the Civil War again. It is clear to me that you were sent, that you would see the realm burned before giving this foolish venture. For the good of the realm, I must accept your demands, but know that a great injustice was done here today. This will not stand. Because now he has it. He has the Duchy of Toulouse, which we should have a hook on him. And this is his, not his daughter? Who are these people? I wonder if I can ask you for something. Because I can declare a war on him for this, which would mean I could make the Duchy of Valentia. But I don't have enough money yet, and I really don't have enough troops to do that. So it'd be really foolish of me to do that. Could settle this boundary dispute. We should probably move again. Now that we can go back to what was Castile, we can go back into the land and see if there's any good contracts over there. So we'll just we'll start traveling. And I wonder if we can't maybe upgrade our camp a little bit. You guys have already seen how to get the achievement. I really do enjoy the different ways that you can do things. All right, we visited the Kingdom of Castile. We got a new martial perk. Let's do chivalric dominance so that my knights are a little more effective. A lot of criminal contracts here. Hunting criminals, definitely something we want to do. 71, pretty solid. So this lady, she's actually got a pretty decent one. We'll set an ambush. Oh, so we masterful stroke managing to cull this bastard without taking significant losses, my lord. I know not many could have conceived of it. Interesting. So we managed to ambush her. And we actually got paid immediately, so pretty good job. So we delivered her, she's delivered, she's done. We dropped her off, we can demand a payment, which I will definitely do. Or we could marry her between her and I. And she would actually say yes. She is a dishonorable zealot, and she is also a fornicator. She is the brother, however, of King Alfonso. So I wonder if arranging a marriage, would he want to marry anybody to me? He doesn't have anybody. However, we do have this, but I think maybe the gold would serve us a little bit better because I can use this gold now to upgrade my camp to level 2, which will take 2 months. And now we can have another men-at-arms regiment. I could still get her to marry me if we wanted to. I don't know why I would. But yeah, you see how the general gameplay loop is gone. It's very like easy. It's enjoyable. It's a lot of fun. Like it does feel dynamic. A lot of different options pop up. So now we can go back to our camp, and you'll see that it's upgraded. So now it's a little bit nicer, and now we can have a little bit more men at arms. And I think we can build one more building now. So should we do a mess tent? Because this lets us do camp revelry, and I do like showing this off. Or roaring campfire, which will increase scout for talent and increase the number of... actually, let's do campfire. Roaring campfire is better because we can have another men-at-arms regiment. Let's create a new one. I do think maybe light footmen or pikemen, actually. Pikemen. Let's do pikemen. Because these guys can fight all of these camel riders that we're going to run into when we try to take this over. You really don't need a lot because almost the entirety of your army is going to be just men-at-arms. So even though like these other lords are going to have... 2,000-3,000 men, you have a considerable force to contend them with. A vulnerable bottleneck in terrain lets a horde of slavers shackling swords in hand team at us from two sides, whilst the third group delay the convoy's main body from assisting us. A chorus of screams breaks out from those in my following lacking weapons as realization kicks in. If these monsters win out, a horrifying fate awaits many of us. Rally! Rally and slaughter these scum! Your defenders surge forward and we won. Not a lot of contracts actually down here. Ooh, we have a new 2-star contract. A mercenary stand with us contract. So this is, we're aiding the leader in a peasant uprising. Interesting. I do not want to fight for him. But it is an option that you have, right? Let's see if we can't gather some food. 605 provisions, pretty good. There's some lands that we could definitely come seize, because this guy's like tiny. If we really wanted to, we could take his land. And this is what, part of the kingdom of... This is actually technically part of the kingdom of Valencia. So we would be, technically speaking, beginning his conquest of that if we really wanted to, which I kind of want to come down here. Oh, we'd get a privation event. So you guys will get to see what privation events look like. And then I think we're going to call it good after we take some land. Ooh, Natroy is back. Welcome, welcome. And he got married. Wow. Well, good for you, Natroy. Is losing a war of the conquest. He has 178 soldiers while they have... Oh, really? We could definitely take it. I'm sending in my troops. I shall help you. I don't have enough troops. I need like a little bit more, my guy. You got any? You gonna come over or are you just gonna stand there? Well, no wonder he's not gonna do anything. Man is literally not gonna come. Alright, well I'm gonna switch to my Master at Arms then, if you're not gonna do anything. That way I can maybe get some hired muscle. While we're all standing here. We could do... Men at Arms recruitment cost is minus 50%. Actually, Serve the Crown would be pretty solid. In this case. And now I'm fighting this guy again. I think he's actually going to come down now. I think he's realized that we can actually win this war. 20 months is a long time though. Nice. We can also assault the fort, which will increase. Now it's only 4 months since we broke the walls. All right, we've taken it, and now we're done. That should be it. Took a long time. 155 gold though, that was definitely worth it. So this guy is actually fighting against this guy. He wants to make him a vassal. And he's attacking everybody. He's actually got the Conqueror trait. I could offer to join his war, or I could attack this guy and offer to try to take his duchy, but I don't really have enough troops to do that. However, it's gonna cost us like no money to increase the size of our men-at-arms now. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do like maybe 2 of these, maybe 2 of these, and then we'll refill them all to about 600. So now we're at 1266. That should be more than enough. Maybe. This guy's also getting vassalized. Could attack him if we wanted to. But I'd rather have this. I wish he wasn't going so ham. We could offer to help him. Dude, Rodrigo, you absolute heckin' mad dog. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh my god, no way. Rodrigo! Rodrigo, you absolute madman. That was crazy. I don't even know how that just happened. Oh my lord. Rodrigo knocked him out. I could also try and help him against these guys too, because he's going to get conquered if I don't. And it looks like we will win. Somehow. No way, Rodrigo, you absolute mad dog. You animal. Holy god, man is a one-man wrecking ball down here. This would be a legendary moment. Can you imagine? Like hearing about a dude who with like this tiny little force managed to hold out this long. I may honestly end up being able to take that part of Valencia that I want. Invalidated, so be it, baby. Which I think I can actually siege something. 3 years? No, it's too much. I'll be able to win this though. I mean, I'll come hit you. You want to fight? Hello. See, that's how it's done. I got you, King Sancho. I'm gonna gain a hook on you so that you make me marry one of your kids. I got 350 prestige, so be it. Dang, he got rocked, dude. And I could make him marry me to his eldest, which he's actually quite weak right now. And I could, I could just turn around and be like, yo, I'll help you in this war. He will actually accept, regardless. You know what? I'll help you. I'll offer to join this war. Hey, we're friends! After I just fought him in another war. Oh, I have a ton of people that I can ransom. Just a ton. Just a ton. Oh, no, my God. Here we go. Here we go now. Where's my camp? Where is my camp? We got a roaring campfire where we have people singing revel-less songs. We got a proving ground, which we actually should do to get some, we definitely should get some pike captains. That would give us quite an advantage on the battlefield, I think. This could be pretty good as well. Roaring campfire, what does the second one give you? It does increase the men-at-arms regiments that you can get. Oh, there's also, yeah, you get trailing musicians, you can get a master bard, master poet, libations for the lost. There's so many things. I do love this. I love this system. I love the estate camp system a lot. Oh, we're fighting in a battle. I should have probably paid attention. Little pitched battle action. I do think what I should grab is some like onagers or mangonels, and then we'll bring them down so that we can actually siege castles a little faster if we want to. And we ended up getting 310 prestige, actually, which is really good. We have a fighting corruption that can give us 276 gold, which I've never done a 2-star one or a fighting corruption, so let's see. It's embarrassing to admit, but I need your help dealing with the disobedient peasants of Leleda. They flout their duke's authority, tax collectors are met with barred doors and hurled stones, ancient tariffs and duties are being ignored everywhere I turn. Let's deal with them. We're gonna need that. How's he doing? You need to restock your troops, my guy. When we arrive in Leleda, I am quick to round up the worst of the rabble-rousers and demand they explain themselves. Gurea, a peasant of some reputation, speaks for the rest. The tides are high, but we pay them. The duties we pay on our goods leave us with hardly scraps to spare. We bear these payments, and Duke Huma here demands yet more from us, while the tax collectors go richer and richer. It is they you should be confronting. Silence your people or die. When the clamor of ordeal of bending each peasant leader to my will is complete, we take once more to the road. Mayor Halal of Al-Sudia speaks of our next destination. We must go to Yabisa. For better or worse, the local mobs are of grave concern. I suspect a foreign influence provoking this. Ah, let's make haste. Interesting. So now we got to go oversee, which we should probably hire some experienced captains so we don't, die. Is there a way to increase our... Hold on. Our proving grounds now? Or at the very least to get a spike? No, we still can't. We may be able to increase this by 3, because if we can have another men-at-arms regiment, that would probably be the deciding factor of us taking some land. And we did... It looks like we're done with the contract. It didn't actually give us a concluding anything, but it looks like it's over. So now I have 1,600 troops with 200 horsemen at least. I could, if I want to, since we are just going to attack them, for the sake of this video, I probably would just keep going realistically, but I have a series coming out this week, so if you're curious about that, that'll be coming out later on. We could just do a little bit of this, maybe... No. We'll just wait the 2 months until that's done, and then we'll take this kingdom. Or do we invade the duchy, this duchy right here, and then make the Duchy of Valencia, like historically what happened? Alright, we've done it. We've finished our pavilion. So now we can actually have one more men-at-arms regiment, which I'm going to use to make caballeros. And just make a ton of them. As many as I can. Which is a lot. Refill men-at-arms. 1,400. I now have 2,500 troops. All of them are men-at-arms. And I'm going to use that, actually. He's allied to this guy. I'm going to use that maybe to invade, because remember, once you do this, like once you attack land and then you become the ruler of that area, you actually lose your camp and you get refunded for anything that you paid into the camp by like a partial amount. So that's something to keep in mind. So I'm going to attack for my duchy of Valencia right here. And I'm actually going to also call in my ally King Sancho. All right, so now I have 2,500 troops, and I'm going to come in and I'm going to smack him right in his stupid little face, right out the gate. Because I should be able to beat this guy really easily, because remember, he's not all men-at-arms, he's also levies. And I'm going to hit them right now to weaken their troops. Already absolutely rocking this man. Known for my dedication to faith. Now let's take some land with this. 12 months, easy. You want me to become a vassal? No. That's usually when the AI knows you're going to beat it, and then it'll ask it. You've seen that before, though. This has popped up a couple times. New martial perk. We can get this. Hard rule would be pretty solid. Oh no. Don't station besiegers. Good lord, I didn't even realize. See, what's interesting though is he's got nobody he can really attack. Because I don't have any land. So this is almost the benefit, almost the absurd benefit if you think about it, of doing this as a landless person. They don't have anybody they can really call on to do much to you. I'm going down. I'm going down. Gonna hit him. Hit him down here. Oh, he's not gonna run. He's not running in time. Oh my god, Rodrigo, you absolute dog. Good god. This man cannot be stopped. And it's over. I've taken it. We did that without breaking a sweat. So Rodrigo's adventurous invasion of Valencia is over, and I have now taken the lands. I am now a landed ruler. And as you can see, he's now got a wee crown. He's Duke Rodrigo, the Campanor of Valencia. Disband my troops. And I have now gained 981, and most of my followers should still be with me. Like, yeah, we have like Manuel, who was my second. As soon as I hit go, this would go away. But as you can see, like some of our stuff's gotten refunded. And I think there should also be a new veteran adventurer perk that you get. So like you traveled as an adventurer, so now you get this like bonus. I'm not going to be continuing it at all. I just wanted to show you Rodrigo's journey. And I'm very pleased with how this turned out. And that, my friends, is going to be it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this little preview of Roads to Power, where we not only got the achievement, but you saw me take over Valencia, as Rodrigo did in his own lifetime, and ruled for a brief time. So we sort of followed the historical path in its own way, and I had a lot of fun doing so. But that's going to be it for me. As always, I'm Soul. Remember, I have a week of Roads to Power coverage coming up, a lot of videos in a row that are going to be related to Roads to Power, and I cannot wait to share them with you. But until then, I will happily see you in the next one.